Well, what's going on, guys? Back for another vlog, inching closer to nationals. I think we're 8 weeks out now and feeling pretty good. Actually, I kind of feel ahead of schedule as far as loads are concerned. Hit some pretty big lifts this week, some deadlift doubles, some singles on squat and bench, and all in all, I feel pretty prepared. Today I feel pretty darn sore, but hey, this is powerlifting. It tends to happen sometimes, so just spending my Sunday doing a little bit of recovery, play some Dungeons and Dragons later, and just relax a little bit. But hope you guys are doing well. Enjoy the vlog up ahead, and I will talk to you soon. Okay, so here we are, back in another week. I think we're 8 or 9 weeks out, something like that. Notice, no straps. I'm starting to get my hands ready for holding what I need to be holding. It's a real balancing act when it comes to grip strength because my hands get really beat up and I've got to use straps, but obviously, you know, I want to be able to pull what I need to. So finding that balance has been a work in progress for sure. And I think the formula is really straps on a lot of stuff except for heavier work as I get closer to competitions. Also, I think pulling mixed grip gives me a slightly higher propensity for injury in my mid back, something like that. So pitch are getting pretty darn heavy here. In fact, everything this week was pretty heavy. Not that that's a bad thing. I'm not complaining. It's actually a really good thing. But it certainly just means like there's no coasting, like even through some of the accessories. Tricep extensions are heavy, like shoulder presses are heavy. Everything is heavy. It's still moving fast, you know. It's not like I'm grinding between repetitions, but like you just can't slack, or I can't slack, and I have to make sure technique is on point, so I'm not injuring myself, and I have to be present during all the sets. So it's certainly something that's been on my mind. All right, a few things I want to talk about. This week I've been pretty good at keeping technical information low. So I feel like I kind of had a few breakthroughs over the past few months that have kind of led me to develop a close optimal on squat, bench, and deadlift. And now my reward is that I just get to focus on effort. You know, obviously there's the few things that I need to do to make sure that I'm in the right position, but outside of that, I just get to focus on effort, and I think as a result, I end up performing better, which, hey, that's really what we all want. So that's one thing. As far as my goals for nationals, I mean, obviously it's to win. So that means, as far as specifics go, put up the biggest squat I can, put up the biggest bench I can, and then play the game on deadlifts with the other competitors to give me a shot at pulling for the win. Obviously there's some big deadlifters too, so I don't know if I will be deadlifting last. I probably won't be. But we'll probably just put whatever on the barbell I need to win. I'm certain I won't be the lightest athlete either. So yeah, it'll just be a game of doing my best as I'm out there. So I looked at my open powerlifting to see when my first competition was, and it was February of 2010. So I'm just about approaching 10 years of competing, 22, 23 competitions, something like that. And I got to thinking, what have I learned from powerlifting so far? And I've learned a lot. Powerlifting has been just a wonderful place to develop myself and learn some things that, aren't just specific to the sport. I've learned that I can apply immense effort to one thing over long periods of time. That if I'm analyzing a situation, oftentimes there are multiple explanations for the same thing, and there might not be objectively a clear answer for which of those is the ultimate truth with a capital T. I've learned that I have a lot of patience, that I can show up to the same thing over 10 years of practice. I've learned that I care a lot about skill mastery and getting good at the work, the skill of doing a specific thing. So that's felt really good. And, that there's not really a finish line, that it's about the process. this is 3DMJ's motto, like 3D Muscle Journey, who I'm coached by. It's 3 Ds: dedication, desire, discipline, and the journey of doing this over time, doing it for you as you progress forward. So yeah, doing one thing over time is not often the easiest thing, especially when powerlifting workouts get boring sometimes, but I think there's a certain level of just showing up because you care about the long-term goal, because you enjoy the process, because there are things that you enjoy on a more minute scale rather than the end result. To that same note, I'm proud of my ability to just keep doing one thing, which certainly isn't easy all the time. Just with, other options, and, when things aren't going well, you always have the option to just stop. No one is forced into doing any career or relationship or sport or anything like that, and we just have the ability to just shift whenever we want. But we're lucky, that we get to do this. So, to that note, I'm happy that I can experience setbacks and just continue doing something. The setbacks haven't destroyed me. They haven't made me stop. I've just been able to kind of keep going forward. And I guess here I am just kind of counting up some positives of this journey so far, this wonderful journey in lifting. And I think finally, if you really want to get to the heart of a thing, whatever the thing is, whatever the hobby, whatever the pursuit, do it in many ways. So for powerlifting, I think that is lifting, and not just lifting, lift, focus on technique, be a coach, be a referee, teach, volunteer, do research, engage with other people in groups, and just try to understand different perspectives. I think the more ways you engage in the thing, the better off you'll enjoy it in the long run. So that's my little spiel on 10 years of 10 years of powerlifting so far. I'm excited for the next thing. There's always a new challenge. There's always a new progression, a new way of going forward. And we'll just kind of continue to find those individual ways. Squats this week were yesterday, working up to a heavy single at 7.5 RPE, and the same thing on bench press. Hit 302.5, 666 again for another single. I think it moved a little faster this time than it did last week, which I'm happy for. And even right after last week, I had a feeling this was about where I'd finish this week. So good to see that I'm putting it up there. It's still pretty heavy percent, somewhere 94, 95%. Back off doubles at 600 looked fast, but felt difficult. That feeling when like the weight's moving fine, but it just feels like a freaking brick on your back. Bench press went really well. Smooth single at 474, which is also really heavy. And I'm excited next week. I think I have another single at 8. So if I can throw another 5 kilos on the bar, something like that, we'll be creeping into some really scary numbers, which excites me. All right, guys. Hope you're all having a good weekend. Getting into some custom training cycles before athletes start up this coming Monday. Hope you guys are all having a great weekend, and I will talk to you soon.